3,000-meter steeplechase final. 12 entries. There are the collegiate and meet records. Nathan Mountain, the collegiate leader, is in this final. Because it's an inside water jump. They start on the back stretch and will go by the water jump the first time without navigating it. There is Nathan Mountain, two-time ACC steeplechase champ.
You mentioned he's the collegiate leader. He's also the top returner in this field, having finished 4th in the event just last year. Significant PR for him this season to lead the nation with that 9:20 mark. And then Hakeem Abu-Zahir for Eastern Kentucky, second fastest among collegians in the NCAA Division I so far this season. And his teammate, Ahmed Jaziri, won this event just 2 years ago. EKU's strong tradition of steepling. As well as BYU, who had the champion last year in Kenneth Rooks. James Corrigan, the Big 12 steeple champion. He'll look to get the Cougars back on top of the steeplechase.
Your list of competitors as they get ready to go to the line. Not ideal conditions for distance running this evening so far. Already still 81 degrees, I should say. Not a cloud in the sky. It's been a warm one today, the warmest of the 3 days so far. We're expecting lower temperatures and cloud cover tomorrow for the ladies' final.
We mentioned Nathan Mountain. He has his teammate Yassine Sato in here as well, so great representation for their program.
So off they go, 12 finalists. You can see with the sunglasses, there's a lot of glare down there on the track, a lot of glare up where we are as well until the sun goes down.
Parker Stokes of Georgetown wearing those sunglasses there up front. And in talking with a number of the coaches with athletes in this field, they expected Abu-Zahir to go through the front, very comfortable leading the pack, probably one who would like to keep the pace honest, pretty conservative though right now. Keep in mind though that James Corrigan was the top qualifier from Wednesday and looked incredibly comfortable in doing so. Chatted with him over in the team warm-up area, and he looked really relaxed going into this race.
This year, it's probably just as wide open as it was last year when Kenneth Rooks of BYU won it.
This is one of the few distance events in which there isn't a returning national champion in the field.
Getting ready to navigate that water jump for the first time. They're in the middle of the far turn. And that will be a little bit of a relief from the heat. Of course, warmer for them than it is for us down there on the track. As we get back to the steeplechase with 5 laps remaining, and we're just on sub 8:40 pace. They really have gone out sort of conservatively at this point.
And with most of these athletes having run in the 8:20s, that's a really relaxed, comfortable pace. So you see Abu-Zahir has gotten there up front. There are a lot of really strong finishers in this field who are going to be able to draw upon their kicks. Corrigan and Mountain, 2 of those. And you see Mountain moving up, sliding into that second position as they approach the water jump. Abu-Zahir usually really efficient as a hurdler, and you can see he briskly gets out of the water to continue a little bit of a lead over the rest of the field. In talking with Vin Lanana of Virginia about the duo in this field, he said Nathan Mountain is just a good competitor. He's a really good athlete, and he's prepared well. All those factors together put him in position to compete at the highest level. And he has such an incredible range. A lot of guys might be primarily steeplechase specialists, but he runs the 1500. He's a really good 5K runner as well. Coach Lanana said he's not your prototypical steepler, but he can do other things and has the athleticism to be really strong in this event. And his teammate Yassine Sato has gotten on his shoulder. Dwight, these guys have very different race plans. They might be working together at this point, but they are certainly going to be using their strengths to their advantages. And one of Sato's strengths is looking at how technically good he is as a hurdler.
Okay, so let's talk about this water jump, because some coaches revealed something to you about this, the way that the track morphs into the ramp up to the water jump.
You can see there are a lot of inside water jumps, of course, but this one is incredibly sharp when you make that turn. So as we follow this next lap and get around to it, you'll be able to observe that coaches are directing their athletes to accelerate ahead of the turn, because you can't wait until you see the water jump to plan your acceleration, because it'll come up on you too quickly. You'll only have about 6 steps before it's there. And when you're trying to get your momentum in the steeplechase, that's determined on trying to accelerate into each barrier, and especially using the water jump barrier to help project yourself off.
So really the problem becomes, if you are waiting until you get into the ramp up to the water jump and are hesitating, it's like you're stopping at the top of an escalator with the people behind you.
Exactly, and you're going to lose valuable space, of course, valuable positioning right there, as well as you see Notre Dame's CJ Singleton in great position. 2 for the Notre Dame program in this final.
Lara, listening to you describe that water jump, what you got?
Well, you're just looking right now. Mountain did a great job of accelerating into it right there. And then look at how he came out of the water jump and was able to project himself around Abu Zahir to get up into the front, carrying CJ Singleton along with him.
So as you continue to talk about these water jumps, I just have to ask you, what gets in the mind of these runners to make them want to run this race? It's a brutal race. They're running over a hurdle that doesn't move. They're jumping over a water pit that might have alligators in it. What is going through their mind that makes them want to be a 3,000-meter steeplechaser?
Well, Robert, most of these guys are cross-country runners, so they're used to the adversity. They like to have the obstacles. They like for things not to just be flat, fast, and easy.
I like it.
So they're down to 8:32 pace. What we missed off that last water jump is Virginia senior Yassine Sato lost his footing coming out of the water jump and lost some precious time. Of course, how you react to that is really what it's about. Plenty of racing left to go, but he, I think, expended a lot of energy trying to get back connected to the pack. We'll have to see if that affects his overall performance.
And speaking of being connected to the pack, as we see how the field navigates that jump, Mountain looked incredibly efficient right there. Corrigan had a difficult time navigating that one. Corrigan of BYU was an All-American in cross country, and his coach, Ed Eyestone, said that's one thing he really likes about his athlete, James Corrigan, is that he knows how to go to the well when you have to run multiple steeple races in a matter of 2 days. And we are coming up on the bell lap. That is Parker Stokes of Georgetown, Nathan Mountain of Virginia.
And Tom Seitzer of Notre Dame also in the mix, along with Hakeem Abu Zahir of Eastern Kentucky, as of course the pace picks up, because it was slow enough for these guys still to have quite a bit of run left in them. How they position themselves and how they take the barrier is going to have a lot to do with how they do it. CJ Singleton of Notre Dame, my mistake, not Tom Seitzer. He is in the mix right there with just the water jump and 1 barrier remaining in this race.
Mountain has an incredible closing kick too as well. Let's see. The advantage could be determined here. That was a rough water jump for Nathan Mountain. Parker Stokes looking incredibly strong coming off the turn.
Mountain almost took a header off of that water jump. Here comes Stokes with a head of steam. Does he have enough left to hold off Mountain? Mountain doesn't seem to have an answer. It's Stokes, Mountain, and Gable Sipierda of Iowa State, who we never mentioned, never saw. He timed his kick perfectly to get on the podium in 3rd place. 8:24.58. They really picked things up over the last couple of laps. That's faster than last year's winner at 8:26. Stokes wins it over Mountain and Sipierda, with Abu Zahir back in 4th.
The last time this NCAA championship was here in 2022, Parker Stokes was 3rd. You think that was on his mind as he took that last water jump after a 3rd place finish 2 years ago? And you can see Mountain just loses his composure coming out of the water jump. Stokes has that great long stride, projects himself off of the barrier, and quickly bounces right out. That gives him all the momentum to charge to the finish line. His PR came in the championship race 2 years ago when he was top 3, and there is no one above him this year. Parker Stokes, your steeplechase champion. Raising the arms in celebration. There is the rest of the field coming in.
And the last time a Georgetown Hoya won this particular event at the NCAA Championships is in 1972, Joe Lucas. So 52 years later, Parker Stokes, the senior from Georgetown, pulls it off, took advantage of the bad last water jump of Nathan Mountain and turned it into an NCAA championship. He wins it over Nathan Mountain, with Gabriel Siperda finishing third.